Yeah, what's up, people? What's up? Welcome. Obviously, as you can see from the first picture that was put up, this is a reaction to the match yesterday between Man City and Madrid. Look, I'm not going to take much of my time. Like, I'm not going to also talk fast. I'll talk very slow. So I want to make sure that everybody understands me. You guys understand me, and I also understand where everybody's coming from. So look, guys, before I start off the video, right? If you're new to the channel and you're watching this for the first time, especially people on Twitter, because you end up getting about 500 people watching your video on Twitter, yet none of you subscribe. It's free to subscribe. Come on, get your boy to 800. I'm actually standing on 791. So get me to that 800, then we can get to that 1K, 1K. Get that 1K, make your man famous. I'm joking. Anyway, look, before we move on, like the vid, guys, share the vid. Thank you for coming on. I know it's too early, and I know I don't have the boys on the panel. Shout out to Carl. Shout out to Veda Games. Shout out to Adam. This is too early for them. They're in America and Canada, so it's going to be a one-man job. But guys, please bear with me. If you want, get tea, get some whiskey wherever you are. Get a beer, get whatever, get a cigar, get a smoke while you're watching me, because this is going to be a long one yet short, because I'm going to explain a lot of things that I saw yesterday, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys are going to agree with me. And anybody in the chat, I see there's a lot of people, there's a few people in the chat. Get involved also, get involved. Tell me how you feel, man. Tell me how you feel this morning. But before I start off, right, in this video, you're going to hear one word a lot. One word a lot. Just one word. It's mentality. So this word mentality is what we're going to use today. As I put it in the title, mentality. So the mentality of Man City in the Champions League. The mentality that we have in the Champions League. Do you get what I mean? So bear with me for a minute. Don't get offended, because I know some City fans and some people easily get offended. Don't take this the wrong way. We're going to use the word mentality a lot. We're going to keep on using the word mentality, and you understand why I have this word as the word that we're going to use in this video. Look, the first leg, we did very well. We played Madrid off the park, but guess what? We didn't do. We didn't kill them. Now the thing about Madrid, right? We saw this in the other games. We've seen this in the past when Zidane used to coach Madrid. Remember what people used to say? Oh, this Madrid side is finished. Remember? We said that during the Zidane times. We're like, oh, Ronaldo is going towards his end. Madrid is done. These guys are done. They won 3 Champions League. I repeat this again. Mentality. That's the word we're going to be using here. Mentality. Mentality. Keep using it. Write it on a piece of paper. Put it on the wall. Mentality. Today, when you're at work, you're dropping off the kids to school, you're at home, you work from home, or you're just chilling, you're on a day off. I want you to keep thinking of the word mentality, because mentality is very important in a human being's life. The reason why some people have made it in this life is because of mentality. You always have mentality. The reason why sometimes you see some guy who's not the best looking guy but ends up with the most good looking girl at school, in college, at work, or in life, it's mentality. The reason why you see somebody able to do something incredible is mentality. Do you get what I mean? So it's mentality we're talking about. So let's get back to Zidane's Madrid, who people used to say they were done, finished, they're not playing well, but ended up winning 3 Champions League. Mentality. Now, we move on to Man City, who in the first leg played the best football they could, but couldn't kill Madrid, couldn't take their chances. They couldn't make the right decisions. Like Mahrez couldn't pass the ball to Foden. Even Foden, when he missed his chance, he could have passed the ball to Jesus. I'm not blaming the players. Don't get me wrong. I'm not here to blame the players. I'm here to talk about mentality. Now, obviously, some people might point out that Madrid have been lucky. I think, yes, they are lucky, but look, they take their luck. When they get that luck, they take it. Why some of us, some of the teams, when they are given an opportunity, we don't take our chances. Same thing as in the first leg. Courtois mispassed the ball and it got to one of our players. What did one of our players do? Did they score? No, they decided to do something else and ended up not scoring. So look, I'm gonna go in the comments. And as I'm reading the comments, keep thinking about it, City fans. Mentality. The word today is mentality. Sorry about that. Okay, cool. Charlie said he can't watch the stream as I'm in college. We'll watch later. That's cool, Charlie. You can watch it later. That's cool, Charlie. Um, Again, Charlie says, thanks, Patrick. I've totally got it about last night, mate. I know everybody's got it. We're going to get into it. Um, let's read here. Doug, how you doing, man? Shout out to Doug, man. Very good channel. Subscribe to him. I still appreciate what you did for the AFCON, Doug. Morning, Patrick. Hope you don't feel too bad about last night. What a way to lose a game. Did Sabin Mahrez cost him? No, I don't think so. I think Mahrez had to go. Like, I know that Mahrez is somebody who can score from nowhere, but Mahrez and De Bruyne had to go. De Bruyne didn't look very well. He looked flat. I think he looked tired. That's the thing about De Bruyne in the Champions League. The same way when we got knocked out by Madrid, he worked so hard throughout the Champions League. This was the time when we had Pellegrini as our coach. De Bruyne was the one who worked so hard in the PSG games. By the time he got to the second leg of Madrid, he was out of gas. It happens. So thank you, Doug, for the comment. The league now. Okay, so I reckon you go and win the league now. Hopefully, we win the league, man. I have confidence in this team. I think that's all we have right now, don't we? We're out of the FA Cup. We didn't win the Carabao Cup, and all we have is the league. I am pissed. Damien, man, I'm also pissed off, but as I said, we have to talk about mentality. We'll talk about it now. Nobody's talking about Cancelo, who was at fault for the first goal. Yes, we're going to talk about that, Omar. We're going to talk about that. Look, here's just a piece of I know that I went hard on Trent when Liverpool were playing against Villarreal. I think I made a few comments about Trent. I'm not going to take them back. I'm not saying I'm going to take them back, but here's the difference between me and certain some Liverpool fans I know. If I see my player that is weak in defense, like Cancelo is weak in defense, he's not that good in defense. He's not bad, but he's not that good in defense. I will not defend him just because he's my player. That's the difference. But I have seen few friends of mine who are Liverpool fans who would defend Trent to the end of days and bring stats like, oh, he blocked 7 shots. but the blocks are not even in the back of the defense box. So look, for me, I admit Cancelo was at fault for that goal, and when I see my player, I blame him for that. But if it was the same thing, me telling a Liverpool fan that, oh, Trent was at fault for your goal, they get defensive. I'm yet to see a Liverpool fan who comes out straightforward and just admit that Trent is good as a player and offensively, but defensively he's poor. Same thing as some of us we admit at City. We know Cancelo can is an ability when it comes to defending. We admit that. So let's keep on going, man. I need one bottle of rum. Nah, man, it's not that deep. I feel lifeless. No. Don't, man. It's not that deep. It's just football. De Bruyne was really bad. Hope he's fit. I think he was playing while he's not fully fit. Let's not forget. After the Atletico Madrid game, Pep said most of the players picked up injuries, but they've been playing with painkillers. Shout out to Kyle Walker, man. Kyle Walker, what a man, man. De Bruyne was lost. I don't know how we did it, bro. You guys had a good game overall. That CL soon come for you. Nah, man, the CO will come, man. Tapiwa, shout out to you, man. Respect to you, Tapiwa, man. Yeah, man. You guys seem to have the luck of the gods, man. You have to be investigated for witchcraft. I said this already. You have to be investigated for witchcraft. Okay, cool. So, guys, let's get on with this reaction, right? So, as I said at the beginning, mentality. If City fans don't start accepting that it's all about mentality in the Champions League, then we're making a mistake. What do I mean mentality, right? Let me give an example. So, as I said, I'm not here to slag the team. I'm not here to cry about yesterday's defeat. I'm not here to say anything negative. I'm here to talk about mentality. We lack mentality in the Champions League. Simple as. Before Man City started winning all these trophies, the FA Cups, the Premier League, started winning the Premier League the way we're winning it. We didn't have the mentality to win the Premier League the way we're winning it. Do you get it? We didn't have it, but we got the mentality because Pep came in and installed that mentality. But also, let's not forget people like Mancini came in and installed that mentality. Pellegrini came in. You know, like we brought in managers who had that mentality. With the investment, yes, and the money, yes, but the managers we brought in, Mancini and Pellegrini, those guys brought mentality. Pep brought the mentality that you can be able to win the Premier League with 90 plus points. That's the mentality Pep has brought to City. Mancini brought the mentality that we can win this. We are not just the noisy neighbors, but we can win it. So I'm going to be honest with you. The reason why I started this channel was because every time I watch people or YouTubers, no offense to other YouTubers, I'm not trying to say I'm perfect. I don't have the most subscribers out there. I'm not famous. I'm not loved by the masses. But I have one thing: I will still speak the truth, regardless whatever it is. If people don't want, they can unsubscribe. It's up to them. But I'll tell you the truth: we lack mentality in the Champions League. The same way in the past we lacked mentality to win Premier Leagues in a double. You know, to win a Prem. So that mentality was installed by Pep, Pellegrini, and Mancini. They came with that mentality, and the players now got used to it. That's the reason why now our youth and the women's team are able to win the Prem easy. They're able to dominate domestically easy. But guess what? Mentality. Remember what I'm saying? Mentality at the club was installed. That's the reason why these three teams, the youth, the women's team, and the men's team, are able to win the Premier League. That's the mentality we have. And now let's bring it to the Champions League. Whether you like it or not, as a City fan, as we're sitting there as City fans, we do lack mentality in the Champions League. I can give you an example. What happens to our women's team in the Champions League? They always get knocked out. Our women's team is good. They're very good. It's a very good women's team. But guess what? They get into the Champions League, they concede very silly goals, and they get knocked out. What happened? What happens and what happened to our youth team this season? Our youth team, full of stars. Yes, they had injuries, but our youth team has never done well. Our EDS team has never done well in the Champions League. They get knocked out. They got knocked out by PSG. And they were winning. Oh, and here's the funny thing. Our youth team was winning against PSG, but PSG had to come back. That's our youth team. Our men's team, same situation. We can't even we made it to the final, which was great. We went through that barrier of being knocked out in the group stages or being knocked out in the quarterfinals. But the thing is, it's mentality at the club. That's what it is. It's mentality. I'm not trying to say the mentality will never come. It will eventually come, because let's not forget, we are competing with teams that have been in the Champions League for so long. Madrid are the kings of Europe. 13 Champions Leagues won by them. Milan, 7. Liverpool, 6. List goes on. So these teams have been in the Champions League multiple times. So, for instance, let's just give an example. Let's say you're walking through the corridor at Anfield. What do you see? All you see is UCL's 6 Champions Leagues in the cabinet. You see? Now let's go to Milan. You see a whole cabinet full of Champions League mentality. So as soon as the player enters into that dressing room, as soon as they enter into that team, they know this team wins Champions Leagues. It's capable. It's possible. We have seen it. While if you go to Man City right now, I'm sorry to say our mentality is not there yet. We might get it. We will eventually get there if we continue this in the way we're playing. If we continue in the way things are being run, we will get there, and we'll also have the mentality. But right now, the mentality at Man City is not for the UCL. Let's be honest. And this is not an excuse. It's not a dig at the team. The team has done so well. The team has done well in the Premier League. Under pressure, we are able to beat Liverpool. We got 98 points. They got 97 points. But the thing is, I'm saying you have to learn to separate the Premier League from the Champions League. The Champions League is a different type of animal. Again, mentality, mentality, mentality. You get it? Simple mentality. As I said, our women's team are very good. They win the women's trophies. Our youth team have just won the Premier League 2 trophy again. Our men's team are first in the table. Last season, they won the Premier League. But guess what? In the Champions League, all our 3 teams, the women's team, the youth team, and the men's team, always get knocked out in the Champions League. You get what I mean? So this is all I'm trying to say. It's all about mentality. Now let's go to yesterday's game, right? Yesterday's game, some of the players did not show up. Some players showed up. I'm not going to blame the team. We all knew by the time it was the 89th minute. I have a picture on Twitter. Somebody had a picture on Twitter. The 89th minute. Madrid were losing, about to get out of the Champions League, about to be knocked out, and they still managed to come back. Now, City fans, here is the mentality I was talking about. Did you hear what the Madrid players said in the post-match interviews? I want you to go and read the article written by one of the journalists from Spain and also the English journalists, what all the players said. The Madrid players said when City scored the goal, right? And obviously Man City was about to go. They thought, okay, this maybe might be it. But when Rodrigo scored the goal, they said they looked at the Man City team and they could see that they had been defeated already. That's before we were knocked out. So when Rodrigo scored the first goal, apparently the Madrid players were able to sense and see that the City players, their heads are down and we can beat them. They're there for the taking. You see the mentality? This is a team that even though they scored on a 1-1, they were still losing. At 1-1, they were still losing. But guess what? They still had the mentality to say, you know what? We might not make it. We've got a few minutes left. But they looked at the other team and said, they're there for the taking and we can win this. In 2 minutes, Rodrigo scored the second goal. Mentality. It's all about mentality. All this is mentality. Trust me. It's the even Raheem said it himself. It's how much you want it, but it's mentality. If you break down in the Champions League, you will lose. So that's what happened, City fans, my fellow City fans. That's what happened. Don't sit today and sob over yesterday. Don't. Let's move on. Let's move on. It happened. It happened. Move on. Be positive. Support the team. The team is good. I'm not trying to say bad things about the team. All I'm saying is it's all mentality, and mentality can be built. The same way mentality has been built at Man City right now, where Man City are able to dominate the Premier League. Man City never dominated the Premier League. Man City women's team, youth team, those teams are now dominating the Premier League divisions in the division they are. Why? Because the mentality was built. So the mentality will come. It will come. It's a matter of time. Don't forget, it took Chelsea 8 years. It took Chelsea 8 years for them to win their first Champions League. It took Sir Alex Ferguson, the best manager in the world, as everybody says, with a team that was on fire. It took him 10 years for him to win the Champions League. He was also being knocked out like this. So don't be defeated, City fans. Don't be defeated. Mentality is built. Mentality will come. It will come. It will come. The time will come when we just win our first Champions League. Trust me, the mentality is going to shift. It's going to shift. The mentality is going to shift. Now, it's also going to shift in fans, because some fans, till the date of today, still say they don't care about the Champions League. So now, if you don't care about the Champions League, why do you care when we lose the Champions League tie? And that's another thing, mentality. You see, I'm going to tell you the truth. Whether you like me or not, I'll be the guy who tells you the truth. As I said, I might not be the most famous guy. I might not be the most liked YouTuber or the most famous YouTuber, but I'm here to tell the truth. I don't hide, because I don't have any sponsorship deals. I don't care. Nobody's gonna. This is just me with my laptop, my mic, and my camera, and my light, and this is just a house. This is a window. This is a window. I'm not in a studio. Do you get what I mean? I don't own a bloody studio. So I'm just telling you, it's about mentality, guys. As a City fan, if you sit there and say, "Oh, I don't care about the Champions League," that's the mentality we have in our club, saying we don't care about the Champions League. So why do we worry if we lose the Champions League? You get what my point? That's my point. Look, I'm just gonna go to the comments and read few comments. From people here. We've got so many comments. Sorry, guys. I know I'm not reading the comments, but I'm gonna start off from here. So we should have never taken Maris off. No, Maris had to go off, man. Damien, Maris had to go off. Him and De Bruyne were not doing much. They had to go off. Omar says we win the UCL when Pep calls it a day to me. Nah, you can't really call that, like you can't. Do you remember the mentality thing I keep saying about? It might not be Pep himself. Okay, let's talk about this, right? There's people who are saying Pep is the issue, right? Oh, we're going to win the Champions League when Pep is gone. But it's Pep who's got us this far, right? He got us to our first final ever. And he's got us to another semi-final. I know Pellegrini got us to a semi-final, but remember, it was a disaster. Look, Pep in the first leg gave the boys good tactics. He outsmarted Angelotti, but guess what happened? Our boys missed chances. Can you blame Pep Guardiola for our boys missing the chances in the first leg? You know what I mean? Yes, he was to blame maybe for the final last year, but look, shit happens, when he's a genius, we love him. When he fails, we don't love him. Let's just support the team, man. Support the manager, back the manager. Whatever happens will happen. Trust me, one day we will win that. Tapio says, I reckon it will eventually come for you guys, but like with what happened to Chelsea, it may come when you least expect it. Chelsea had so many great coaches, only for Di Matteo to deliver it. That's what I keep telling people. It took Chelsea 8 years to win their first Champions League. It took Man United 10 years. The great Sir Alex Ferguson took him 10 years for him to lift his first Champions League. Think about that. So Tapio is right. You might never know who picks it up. Imagine if it was Vincent Company. Vincent Company takes over and Vincent Company actually wins it for us. We will never win the UCL. Come on, man. Damien, cheer up, man. Cheer up. YUFC is the most honest City fan. Let me read this question over here. You think if City are against and are challenged by a better side, they will overcome this mentality? Man, we've been against it before. I see a lot of people are saying, "Oh, when City are put against the wall, they never make it." But okay, what about when Liverpool were leading 2-1 at Anfield? How come we came back and they made it 2-2? When Liverpool were winning 2-1, how come we came back and made it 2-2? You get my point? Like, this doesn't make sense at all. Don't forget that Madrid, the same Madrid, 2 seasons ago was beating us 1-0 within 15 minutes. We came back and beat them 2-1. It's small margins, man. In the UCL, it's small margins. You can't predict these things. You're honest though. This is City Channel. You talk the language football. Yeah. Look, man, it's good to be honest, man. You're honest, even though this is a City Channel. You talk language football. Yeah, man. Tapiwa, it's good to be honest, man. The thing about people, I know, like, I don't blame people. Some people are held back because they can't say certain things because, oh, I'm going to lose subscribers. They can't say certain things because people are not going to like me. But it's good to say the truth. It's mentality. We lack the mentality right now. We don't have the mentality. Another thing that was smart, some City fan in one of the group chats I'm in said something very smart. He said maybe we should sign 3 or 4 players that have won the Champions League before. That's what he said. I thought about it. I was like, maybe it's a good idea. He says maybe we should introduce players in this team who've won the Champions League before. You get it? It might help, which is true. It might help. Introduce 4 or 3 players who've won the Champions League before. Get them in. Let them bring the experience. It helps. Sometimes experience helps. So yeah, YSK, how you doing, man? YSK, I hope you're doing well, man. I haven't seen you in a long time, but YSK, I hope you're doing well, man. The team last seen that there were 6 minutes remaining and 2 goals up. Yeah, the team sort of stopped playing with intensity. But let's not forget that Jack almost won us the game. Remember, Jack almost scored, and it was Mendy who took the ball off the line. So Jack dribbled past about 4 of their players, and he almost scored, and then they took the ball off the line. So, there's small margins in this, man. Omar says defense wins you the UCL, not even attack. If we get a strong defensive system, we'll win the UCL. Come on, yeah, look, man, I don't believe that anymore, to be honest. The defense, yes, almost won us the Champions League last season, but I think you also need killers in front. The thing about Man City is we've got very technical players in front, but we don't have killers. Like, look at Liverpool, man. Liverpool just have wingers who play direct football. They are not there to pass. They will pass, but their main focus is to score. Do you get my point? The main focus is to score. Edison body language was telling after the first goal. Yeah, man. There's a lot of people who are saying Edison is not a good shot stopper. What's your opinion, guys? Guys in the comments, what do you think of Edison? Do you think Edison is a very good shot stopper? Do you think he is? Do you rate him as somebody as a shot stopper? Do you rate him? Do you think he's average? Do you think he's only good at? Is Edison only good at what do you call this again? Passing the ball. Do you get my point? You answer me, the guys in the comments. We need some mentality piece in our team. I'm sure Benzema and Modric had a huge impact on those 2 goals mentality. Nah, don't forget Modric was benched. Kamavinga was the one who was cooking. YSK, don't forget that Modric was benched with Oldman Kroos. They were both benched. So it was actually Kamavinga. Kamavinga is the one who came with impact. And Rodrigo seemed like he was on one, trying to prove something to his coach. Michael from Talks Football says tough loss to take, Patrick. I really thought this would be City's year after last year's final defeat. Yeah, Michael, we're starting to say every year City's year. At this point in time, is every year is City's year. Every year City's year. And watch these buffoons, these pundits from ESPN, these buffoons from Sky Sports, and these buffoons from these BT Sports. They're going to put Man City as the favorite to win the Champions League while we've never won it. Absolute nonsense. Okay. 130 TV says, now, boss, you need a plan B, a vocal point, which Tiki-Taka does not work with. It does work, man. Lewandowski was playing at Bayern. Did you watch Bayern under Pep? Lewandowski scored the most goals. when he was playing under Pep. So it does work. That's why we're getting Haaland, That's why we're getting Haaland. Uh, and another thing, 130 TV, vocal points. Some teams had vocal points but did not reach the semis. um, Michael talks football. Kyle Walker injury hit City as well. Yeah, Walker get been Walker was very good until like he was very good, but you could see he was playing through pain. So you're right. As when Walker walked out, I think that's when Madrid had the chances. You know what I mean? If I had a penny for every time you say mentality, yeah, I'm purposely doing it. I'm trying to tell people that it's all about mentality. By the way, guys, 130 TV is a United fan, so I don't know what he's talking about. Plan A merchants. Why Man United don't even have a plan A? So Tapiwa, I think he's a good goalie. My comment was more just aimed at specific this specific situation. It's sort of like he was like, "Oh no, not this again." When the first one went in, yeah, you can say that. You can say that. Edison is good at shot stopping, just that he loses concentration from time to time. That's another thing. Edison loses concentration. That's what everybody keeps saying. So look, guys, I'm going to end the video in a few minutes, but I'm going to say a few more words. Thank you for being on. There's a lot of you watching on Twitter. There's a lot of you watching on YouTube. I appreciate the support, guys. As I said, I started off this channel to just be honest, to just talk as a fan. I have, as I've said multiple times, here to talk as a fan. Same way as Veda Games, Carl, and Adam. We're just football fans like yourselves. We just come on to talk about football. We're not Mr. Know It All. We don't know everything. Trust me. When we talk about transfers, we don't know. We don't have anybody who's linked in the club. We just talk transfers based on rumors, the same as you do. So if you sit in a room as football fans, talk about the game yesterday. That's the same way we talk. So look, let's close this up, right? Last year we failed in the Champions League final against Chelsea, a Chelsea team that right now we see is not as great as people thought it was. Then we ended up beating Chelsea twice this season, played them off the park. We lost to Spurs seasons ago. Remember that painful defeat to Spurs, and then we beat Spurs in the league. Yeah, I don't know. Guys, I don't know. I don't know. It just amuses me sometimes. Okay, cool. So look, guys. So we've lost to Madrid yesterday. Where do we go from here? Let me ask you, City fans, or everybody who's watching. Where do you think we go from here in the Champions League? So we lost the final last season, right? We lost the final last season, and then this season we've gone out in the semifinals. Let me ask this to you guys. I want you to answer me, right? We lost in the final last season, and now we are out in the semis. Do you see this as progress, or you see this as us deprogressing? Like, do you see this as progress? Because to me, I think this is progress because we at least got to the finals last year. Now we've got to the semis. At least we're getting to the later stages. It was more painful and embarrassing when we were getting into the quarters and being knocked out in the group stages. So do you see this as progress? Let's just read more comments here from One Tally TV. Madrid changed from two holding to one and pushed forward in the second half. Okay, yeah, you're right about that. You're right that I think that's what they did, and maybe that's what made things more interesting for City. Nah, that Spurs game was rigged. Yeah, I know. Some of the dodgy decisions in that game. Look, we're just going to stop the stream here. Thank you guys for joining me this morning. There's a lot of you guys who joined me. I appreciate that. SS SSB, how you doing, man? How you been doing, man? SSB. I hope you're enjoying I hope you're enjoying that defeat from yesterday. That City have been knocked out. But anyway, guys, thank you all for being here, man. I appreciate this, and I wanted to just say thank you to the usual guys: Centurion, 100, Morgan, Big Morgan, Charlie, YSK, Ali, everybody, man, all the guys who support, all the guys who come on the channel when we're live. We would like to thank you guys a lot because Tapiwa, man, Tapiwa, shout out to my boy Tapiwa. Even though he's not a City fan, Tapiwa always comes in here and talks. Shout out to you, Doug. Shout out to you, Damien. Omar, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, YUFC. And John, shout out to you, man. Even though you came to throw, but shout out to you. Michael Talks, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to everybody, man, who's been watching, man. Um, as I said myself, it's always about football, and I will tell you the truth. As I said, we lack the mentality in the Champions League, and this mentality is the reason why we end up falling short in the Champions League. The mentality will come eventually. It will come. It's the same for every team. Every team has to start somewhere. Everybody has to, even as a human being, you have to start somewhere. It's all about mentality, but you have to learn from the lessons you've been given. That's what I hope the boys are going to do. They're going to be watching these games and learning, saying you never give up. Never give up until the last whistle. Don't ever predict that something is over. Let me be honest, when the Maris go went in, I thought, wow, we have them on toast. We're gonna slap them. It's over. It's done. Do you get what I mean? That's what I thought. Let me just read one comment from Tapiwa. It's progress. Just UCL is about moments. It's a shame you guys let Chelsea get the better of you because I think last year last year was your year. If not for the tournament football nonsense, you're right about that, man. I think last year we missed the trick last year. I think last year we had to make it. I seriously think we had to make it. Do you get what I mean? I think last year we had to beat Chelsea. I think that was one of the opportunities that was raised. But anyway, guys, thank you for coming on, man. Thank you for watching. I appreciate the support. As I say, I don't take this support for granted, man. You guys always show up. No matter what time the stream is, you guys show up. If it's in the morning, in the evening, you're always here to support your boy. As I say, I also appreciate, man. Just a week ago, I was on 780 subs. Now it's 791. So look, I do appreciate, guys. I do appreciate. So we're at 791. Let's try to get 800, man. Let's get to 800 together, man. So I appreciate, man. I'm humbled. I'm humbled by all the support. Del Boy, how you doing, man? Hope you're well, Del Boy. I hope Arsenal get top four. I really hoped Arsenal end up being third in the league. I've been rooting for you guys for a while now. Let's just read one more comment, man. There's more comments coming, even though we're closing. SSB says, I think it's Pep. This City is the same club who won the league on the last seconds of the game. I feel like that. Okay, I feel like that City is gone. No, that City is not gone, man. We've done so well. Don't forget, we're neck to neck with Liverpool and we beat them by 1 point. The Man City that has mentality is not gone. It's just that I'm saying the mentality is different in the Champions League. That's what it is, man. Dale, how you doing, man? Dale, cool, man. Cool, Dale, man. Let's read one more comment from Mantari the Troll. Nobody's crying here, man. It's all love here. It's all love. So, guys, man, thank you very much, guys. For the new guys who are watching, like the vid, subscribe to the channel, and put your notification buttons on so that every time I'm live, you can know I'm live. I'm going to do another video for the preview for Sunday's game. That's if I have a chance, because I'm going to a wedding this weekend. If I have a chance, the boys might actually do a preview. That's Carl, Veta, and Adam might actually do the preview. So, guys, till next time, man. Peace.